Groin injuries. This can be very troublesome because you have a lot of very small muscles attached to your pelvis that could be the issue. And you also have like your iliopsoas that you have to worry about, as well as your adductors. Not to mention that any movements with the quads could start firing off some, unnecessary pain because they're so closely located to your injury. These type of injuries can be very common. The usual mechanisms for it are not stretching enough and hyperextending at your hip. Signs and symptoms can include, varying difficulty in leg movements or anything that is weight bearing on your hips. Just keep in mind what your client is feeling and take that into account, and then do range of motion checks and stuff like that, because you can't really feel for a bump in this situation. The range of motion for this body part is thus: you have abduction, adduction, which would be kind of crossing your leg over this way. You have hip flexion and extension. You also have external and internal rotation. One range of motion exercise that I would recommend, this is also pretty good for your abs. We're taking it to the floor. Rough. So this is not a very high quality production. You can use your arms, or you just keep them under here. Is dead bugs. A way to progress the dead bugs is to get your arms in on it, maybe put some ankle weights on, maybe put a band around their feet to pull and really force the movement to provide more resistance. A regression to the dead bug, just do one leg at a time. Keep one leg on the floor. For strength, do I have a ball? I do not have a ball of any kind. You would squeeze the ball between your legs like this and do a hip bridge and squeeze your legs together. A way you can progress this is by having something with a bit more substantial weight to do the hip bridge, or just take the legs completely off the ground. Get your abs in on it. The modification for the hip bridge and squeeze is to take the hip bridge out of it. Like, just put your butt down and squeeze your legs together. And even if that's too difficult, maybe do it on your side. And for skill, you could do what people call karaoke's or grapevines, which helps with coordination. You can progress this by, of course, adding obstacles to go around, going a bit faster, maybe hold some weights, or just having them take bigger steps in between. And a modification for the karaoke's is to walk it out nice and slow. That way they're not rushed, as they, might just be doing this range of motion for the first time in a while since they pulled their groin. Let's talk contraindications. I totally said that wrong. Let's talk contraindications. Now, given you pulled your groin, you do not want to put them through movements that put high stress on the groin area, i.e. being lunges, or especially weighted lunges. That's a bad idea. Squats, or even sumo deadlifts. At the end of the day, stretch. Take your time with your movements. Stretch before and after exercise, and don't go pulling your groin out there. See you around.